the sides for Doris. And I read for Alan Marshall for Doris, and then I read for Alan Parker for Doris, and I sang for him for Doris, because Doris was originally supposed to be a singer. And then I got another call back, and I read again for Doris. And then Alan looked at me and he said, I want to try you for something else, Laura. So he handed me the sides for Lisa. And he liked me for that. So, and then I had a dance for Louis Falco for Lisa. And here I am.
Well, are you pleased about being Lisa?
Yeah, the one thing that I really am pleased about having the role of Lisa is that it wasn't so big a role and it wasn't so small a role. I think for my first major motion picture, it was just the right size, because I saw mistakes that I think I made. I saw things that I didn't like, and I was just glad that I only had a certain amount of time to make my mistakes. And yet it was large enough, the role was large enough so that when people saw the film, they'd remember my role. So
the fact that you are a student at the high school for performing arts, did that help you get this role?
It's the reason I got the audition. I couldn't get an audition through an agent. The casting people would not see me. They said I was wrong for it, there was no role for me, and they refused to see me. And they put sign-up sheets in my school to audition for the film, and I was absent the day they put them up, so I figured, forget it. I wasn't meant to be in this film. But my mom said, Laura, just stick your name in somewhere on the bottom. People had already had their appointments and everything, but I did it, and I got it. I went there anyway. It was the audition was on Mother's Day, on a Sunday.
You'll remember that one,
yes,
won't you?
Yeah.
Is the movie true to the reality of the school itself?
Well, it's not exact. I mean, there are lots of things that would never go on in the school, like Leroy, if he broke the glass like that in school, he would be kicked out right away. And the audition procedure is different. I mean, Ralph Garcia could not have jumped from the drama department to the music department to the dance department in one day. He'd have to fill out applications for each one and wait for a specific appointment. But I think the most important thing of the film that was just like the school is the spirit of the kids, and that we all sing and dance together. We really do. Like the hot lunch jam scene might have been a little bit on the exaggerated side, but it wasn't far from the truth, because we really do sing and dance and jam together during lunch. There's a piano in the room where we eat lunch. They keep it locked, but sometimes we jimmy the lock and we get it open, and we do sing and do things like that. So I felt that the spirit of the kids was there, definitely.
Do you think most of the young people, because they want to be performers, have a tendency to just put all their time and energy into that, to the exclusion of their other studies?
Well, to the exclusion of their other studies. You see, the thing is, in my school, you have to pass all your classes. So if you start to stop thinking about your academics, that you're going to get poor grades, and then you're going to have to start shaping up. I think what sometimes people do give up is their social time to hang out after school or go somewhere else. You know, like lots of the dance students, right after school, they get out of school at 3 o'clock and they go right to their ballet classes after school. And I'm sure that they go home and go to sleep afterwards, and they don't, stay out. But if you start goofing off in your academics, you really, you get told that it's time to shape up.
Do you think that in that kind of school for the performing arts, that you have more or less discipline problems with the students?
Oh, I think there's less discipline problems. I think it's what is a little bit more is that everybody has such a high ego that sometimes in classes we get a little crazy with the teachers because everybody wants the attention. But they screen you before they let you in, and if you've had a really bad record, they usually wouldn't accept you unless you're extremely talented. But we don't really have problems. We don't have fights in the hallway like in most public schools in New York.
Do the teachers feel safe? They don't most places.
They feel very safe. I don't think a single teacher in our school is afraid at all. In fact, they like us.
Very good. Well, Laura, it was nice having a chance to meet you and talk with you. Enjoyed your performance very much. And I look forward to seeing you in some more films.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. This resin on here.
Okay. Reactions first. questions? Laura, when you went to see about this role, let's start again. Laura, when you went to audition for this, were you spotted immediately for Lisa? The fact that you actually attend this high school for performing arts, was that a factor in your getting the role? In this kind of high school, do you think the students, because they do want to be performers, have a tendency to use all their time and energy on that to the exclusion of their other studies? Are there more or less discipline problems in this kind of school? Do the teachers feel safe? Because they don't in lots of schools. Okay, I think that'll do.